Plaintiff Ozzie Arias has known the defendant for several years, and they worked together for a period of time. Ozzie claims he and the defendant would entertain their clients by taking them to strip clubs, and they even used cocaine and crystal meth together. Ozzie's suing his former friend for a loan. Defendant Glenn DeCoven denies ever using drugs with Ozzie and says their friendship deteriorated after Glenn got a promotion and Ozzie lost his job because he partied too much. Glenn claims in retaliation, Ozzie told Glenn's wife that he was having an affair and it destroyed Glenn's life, and Glenn is countersuing for harassment.
Start with you.
Well, Your Honor, I have known Glenn for a lot of years. We were like the best of friends, almost like brothers. But he let drugs get between us, meth and cocaine. I'll give you a little history. Me and Glenn worked together for years. As a matter of fact, we were a dynamo team. He was in sales and I was in operations. We were unstoppable. We took a small company and turned it into a large company. We also entertained in the evenings. We took out clients. Sometimes that...
What type of work did you all do?
We ran a trucking company.
You took out clients in the evening. What y'all went by the truck stops? I mean, no, I'm just...
Well,
where were your clients?
Well, we run a trucking company in Las Vegas, so when customers come to see us, they want to see the town, so we would take them out.
The customers who were shipping their parts?
Yeah, forwarders that hired us to move their cargo.
Okay, all right, so no truck stops, no tapping.
No truck stops.
No tapping the feet under the...
Nothing like that.
All right, go ahead. All right, go ahead. So
we would take our customers to clubs, nightclubs, strip clubs, whatever.
Gotcha.
We did cocaine, we did meth, we drank.
So how are you going to talk about him being a dope fiend?
Well, I'm not a doper anymore.
All right, go ahead. Are you still a dope fiend?
Never was, never am. He just admitted it right there.
That's the first sign of recovery.
Yep.
It is. One of the things you have to do is acknowledge you were a dope fiend. You haven't convinced yourself yet?
Nope, don't have that problem.
All right. So what he's saying is untrue?
Judge, we were best friends. We were like brothers, 20 years, until I got a promotion in a job. He couldn't do his job because he was partying too hard.
You weren't partying with him?
No, I wasn't. I was going to work every day. He'll tell you that.
What about in the evenings? You wouldn't go out to entertain clients?
I did, but I went right back to work. Never missed a day of work.
All right, so you wouldn't go to sleep.
Years.
That sounds like cocaine. That sounds like cocaine.
Yep. And go to sleep. Built a successful business, So he decided to stab me in the back. So he decided to take it personal.
How did he stab you in the back?
I started making false accusations, calling my ex-wife, telling her that I was cheating on her. Destroyed my life.
That is so untrue.
Well, it's untrue.
Why do you think he did that?
Because he admitted it. He admitted that.
No, he may have admitted it.
Right.
Why do you think he did it?
He's the only person who knew that kind of stuff.
Why do you think he did it?
Why? Because he's upset because he lost his job.
That doesn't make sense. Maybe I'm missing something. He loses his job. He's your best friend. He comes after you.
Yeah, a personal vendetta.
For what? Vendetta about what?
For ruining his life, for changing his life, for changing everything.
How did you ruin his life?
Because he lost his job.
You caused him?
I didn't cause his job.
So how did you ruin his life?
That's exactly.
Are you high today?
I bet he
is. You're not speaking with reason.
All right.
You're not speaking with reason, sir. If you're best friends with someone and they lose their job, why would they want to come after their best friend if their best friend didn't cause them to lose their job? Best friend, you want one of the two to keep your job so you can go to them and get your hit now and then. Somebody has to work. All right, go ahead, sir.
Well, Your Honor, I wasn't fired.
We're going to get to the loan in a minute.
Okay, I wasn't fired. It was just the drama got really bad at work between the lies and the rumors that Glenn started. It was just not comfortable.
Hold on, between the two of you?
Well, he used our boss as a wedge.
Something is missing. Last I knew, you all were best friends.
We were, absolutely.
And dope fiends together.
Yes.
Now, I don't hear what caused the breakup of the friendship. Was it the loan you're suing for?
No, that came way later.
Well, what happened, sir?
He was just approaching my boss with a lot of rumors and
why?
lies.
This is your best friend.
I wish I knew why.
Let's ask him.
Let's ask him why.
Never did.
Where did you get your information?
From her directly, my boss.
What did she say?
She said that he was saying that I was out doing drugs and that I wasn't doing my job.
Something isn't making sense. Something is missing because he doesn't go from best friend one day to sabotaging your job the next day unless something happened.
More.
All right, good enough. Let's get to the loan.
So I move on to another company. I start my own business, and Glenn continues to work there. Apparently, he became very successful at that company, did very well for himself, got a nice big house and some fancy cars and all that. But he didn't quit the party life. So he finally lost his job, and he lost his wife and children. Everything left him. Then she left him, divorced him, and he hit bottom. I continued on with my business, and a few years later, because I didn't see him for 4 years,
How does he know I hit bottom?
he showed up.
How does he know anything about
You're right.
me?
You haven't hit bottom.
How do I
That's
get
why
the
we're
word?
here.
How do you know all this?
Yeah.
Right. He hasn't hit bottom because
Have I
we're
ever
here.
failed a drug test? Have I ever been caught with drugs? Have I ever done anything? Did I run your drug program? Have I ever once had any issues with drug?
Yes.
Really?
Go
Love to
ahead,
see it.
We did them together.
Go ahead.
So anyway, sir, he came to me in October of 2009 saying that he had hit his bottom and that he was ready to get back into the workforce. So at this time, I said, well, Glenn, you don't really look that healthy right now. Your eyes look sunken in. You look skinny. Your hands are shaking. Your voice is crackly.
Here's a drug test
so
right
I
here.
continued
60 things passed.
Why did you have to take a drug test?
Because I was training for a
Because
fight.
he's forced to by his wife
This is not
under the
forced.
divorce
This
condition.
is
Because
I
you
was
were
training.
doing
I was
what?
training to fight. I do MMA. I was training to fight. Passed the drug test. 60 things
professional
right
fighting?
here. Yes. 60
All right,
things
and
here.
that's
Passed.
why.
Evidence.
Let's see it.
Same date that he's talking about.
Okay, what month and year are you referring to? sir?
October, I believe.
Of
October
what
of
year?
2009.
All right, go ahead. So what happened? He came to you.
Yeah, he came
and
to me.
you, he looked bad.
Yeah, he looked bad. He looked unhealthy. So I said, come back and see me in a couple of months. He came back in December. He looked a lot better.
Are you saying this is when he came to you for a loan?
No, this is when he came to me for a job.
Okay, did you ever come to him for a job?
They approached me about working for
When?
them. Yes. In December
Of what year?
of this year, of 09.
Okay, this is from September of 08.
Right. That he's talking about when I'm hitting rock bottom.
No, he's talking about when you all were discussing the job. That's when you said, I was clean. I said, when is that drug test from? You said, it's from the time he's talking about.
Right.
And it's not. It's
Well,
a
he's
year
talking about when
early,
I
so
hit
you
rock-
lied. Most dope fiends can lie well. That's how they support their habit.
Well,
They
he's a
lie,
great
they
salesman,
cheat,
by
they
the way. He
steal.
can sell ice to an Eskimo.
Well, he lost his skills today.
But anyway,
Go ahead.
He came back in December and he looked better. And he actually looked like he was making a conscious effort. So I decided to give him a chance in doing sales.
All right, let's get to the loan, sir.
Well, while he was working for me, his ex-wife took away his vehicle. I stepped up and I loaned him some money to buy a vehicle.
How much?
$3,500.
And what were the payment?
The payments, the terms of the loan were he would pay me back $4,000 over a 1-year term.
Did he?
$250 a month. He made the first 2 payments, but then once I fired him,
First 4 payments.
Why did you fire him?
because he was on drugs.
Okay, $500.
But I got a raise
is
for
all he has paid,
$25,000.
correct?
No, $750, Your Honor. He paid
All
another.
right.
He paid me another money order.
$750.
He gave me another money order.
He owed $4,000. He paid you $750.
Paid
sir.
$1,000.
Sir, let me hear from you.
Paid $1,000. This drug addict got a raise in January, middle of January, for an extra $25,000. Doubled my paycheck. Made me operations
him?
manager. Yeah, made me terminal manager.
Sir, is that true?
Rebranded the
I
company.
I give him a promotion and give him a raise, but then after that's when he failed me.
I was in charge of the drug program. Amazing,
Yes.
right?
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah,
Scary, huh?
yeah, that is scary.
Exactly. This is the man that made the decisions. I go to work
everything you all
every
are
day.
saying is unreasonable. All you've talked about is his drug addiction. He relapsed while on the job.
He did.
And I don't know why you would take the risk of putting a known dope fiend in charge of the drug compliance program of your business. Let's get this over. I don't know what you hired too. Go ahead, sir.
Never missed a day of work. Was there 10 hours every single day.
Let's get to why you had to borrow money from him then. If you got your salary doubled, you all of this.
Because up to that point, I was only making $25,000
And what
a year.
happened, sir, with the borrowing of money? Have you paid him back all the money?
So I made June payment, July payment, August payment, September payment. I have receipt here.
All right, how about October?
Cashier check.
You have October?
No, not
No
October.
August,
because
or
You
we're
have
no October.
September?
September right there.
And August?
No
have the
August.
Show me
receipts.
anything above the $750 he claims you have paid him.
Well, here's a balance of 20. He sent me an email
No,
saying
no,
my
no.
balance.
Show me something like this.
I
Oh,
didn't
he
bring
sent you an
He sent me an email saying my balance is now $29.50. So each amount changes
So
each time.
all right, let's
So
see
how's
it.
my balance $29.50?
How much have you paid?
I paid $1,000 plus another $165. So I paid $1,165 towards them.
$4,000, was that the agreement you'd
Yes.
repay?
Yes.
Subtract $1,165 from $4,000.
$28.35.
$28.35 is what you believe you owe. You show me a text message saying you owe $29.50. That's what he told you on September of 10. This is what you handed me as your evidence. What's your harassment claim?
My harassment claim is in those emails that you have there, that he started harassing me on the 14th. My parents due on the 15th.
Read the harassment emails to me. Sir, you've looked through it 3 times.
Here's on the 15th at 5:30, okay? Glenn, no bull. If I go down there and fill out the paperwork tomorrow, I won't back off. I'll take the car. I can have this expedited. I know people that will do it. If you think I'm bluffing, think again.
Right.
Consider this a
He's
friendly
threatening to
warning.
repossess it because you haven't paid him. I would do the same. $29.50 is your judgment, sir. This is what you said he owed. Have a good day. Your claim dismissed, judgment for you.
Hopefully we move forward from this, you know? Better off that we don't work together. And hopefully we would amend our differences.
Enough said.